to do when you feel your neck tensing up in routines. Now, there are kind of 3 quick tips that I think are super, super helpful for neck tension. Again, these aren't going to cover every single thing that could possibly be going on, but I think keeping these 3 tips in mind can help empower you to make some micro adjustments so that you can release your neck within routines. Tip number 1 is to notice the line from the earlobe, down the neck, to the shoulder tip. We want to work to keep this line really open and long in pretty much any position that we do. So if you were doing like arms coming up, let's say you were doing like this, right? Do you see right now how every single time I come up, my shoulders are gripping right into my earlobes? You see that? Right now, I'm causing some extra tension in my neck. I'm closing off this line. Instead, I want it to look more like this. I cannot lift my arms as high. I cannot get them as straight, but I am staying nice and long through this area, and I will tell you, it really, really makes a difference in the way that it feels. You should give it a try right now. Another spot where your shoulders could kind of creep up is like in planks, right? If you find yourself in a plank and that shoulder line is all the way up here, you want to roll the shoulders down and back and work to create more length throughout the neckline. Tip number 2 is to say no, to shake your head to either side. This is a really, really great tip, and I do this all the time when I teach. If you ever like examine videos, you'll see me do this quite a bit. Anytime I'm doing an arm exercise, so let's say like tricep press, right? I'll just take my head and kind of turn it a little bit side to side. This is a really good way to ensure that the neck is staying loose. We always want freedom going on here. We want our head to be able to turn. So especially like in planks is a really good example. You set up in your plank position, roll those shoulders back at the neckline long, and then just shake your head a little bit no, and that's going to help it release. It's going to help other muscles activate so that this stays loose. And the third tip for releasing the neck is to keep the hands lower than the shoulders, okay? This one makes a major, major difference. So anytime the hands begin to come up over the shoulders, the neck will have a tendency to grip a little bit more, especially if you're tight there. Like if you're prone to tensing in the neck, sometimes just bringing the hands up here or doing a big reach over like this is going to instantly fire the neck. So simply put, just make the arms smaller. Like if the position were hands behind the head, that includes a crunch on the floor, you can bring the hands across the chest. If the motion is to reach all the way over and you're tensing up in the neck there, then instead bring the hand across the chest, right? If we're going down overhead press all the way up here, what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep your hands lower than the shoulders and move into something like a forward press, yeah? By keeping the hands a little bit lower, you can help keep the neck relaxed.